Being poor sucks. Let's not be poor together. Alright, so the first thing you wanna do is be born to someone who is already rich. This is where most people screw up. Work sucks, and you're gonna wanna avoid it as much as possible. The second part is equally important. Some parents are cheap as hell. You're gonna want parents that give you money without having to work for it, or at worst, only ask what you're gonna spend it on. This here is a trick question. They don't want to hear hookers and blow, even though you both know that's where the money is going. Make up something mildly believable, like starting your own business or becoming a musician, where success or failure is entirely subjective. Here's a free life hack. Instruments make sick penthouse decorations, even if you never use them. This next part is gonna sound hella confusing after the first two, but bear with me. You're gonna want a position in the family business. Shh. Don't freak out. Slow down. Catch your breath. Papa Xanax. Thanks to this fancy thing called nepotism, you won't be doing any real work yourself. You're only on the paperwork. You collect a salary. You have an office. You just got Employee of the Month. But you're a ghost. Cool, eh? For some reason, it's not enough that you have money. People are always asking, what do you do for a living? You don't want to say, my rich parents give me money for doing nothing. You'll sound like a loser. All the other trust fund kids have fancy titles, so you need one too. Get yourself some business cards to make it all official like. You won't be the one paying, so hand them out like candy. Business cards are also great for lining up cocaine snoots. Allegedly. Adding titles like President, CFO, and Vibes Technician to your dating profile can really up your game. But be careful. Casual flings are fine, but relationships are a minefield. Dating is a weird little dance where you try to size each other up to determine who has the most to gain financially. Shell companies, offshore accounts, and connections to organized crime make accurate estimations nearly impossible. Forensic accountants are your friend. Slip in comments about fake possessions like your dad's third yacht or your mother's private spa in the Alps to keep their own accountants guessing. Mutually beneficial arrangements are possible, but don't get your hopes up. Preserving your family's wealth is your number one priority. You don't want someone to leech off you like a parasite. This next step is totally optional, but worth it. Get an interview with a lifestyle magazine. Talk about how you bought a house at the young age of 19, how you started your own successful company, how you became a real estate mogul, all with only a small loan of $10 million. And then another $20 million when the first 10 ran out. It does wonders for your ego, and they get to sell boatloads of issues to plebs who wish they could be just like you. Of course, they will never be like you, because they failed step 1, being born to rich parents. What's not optional is maintaining your inheritance. I'm not talking about being a public embarrassment. That's practically your real full-time job. Your family has expensive lawyers to get you out of almost anything. Drunkenly running over people with your car, assaulting people at the beach, kidnapping a stripper. They're all inconsequential. There's rehab for drug addictions, fines for speeding in your Lambo, and probation for drug trafficking, even though it was only for personal use. There are some lines, however, you must never cross. Holes even Harvard lawyers can't dig you out of. Mistakes where no amount of ass-kissing and promising to change will undo the damage. Getting disowned is literally the worst thing that could ever happen. What can get you into real trouble? First, you should avoid doing any of the aforementioned bad stuff to people who matter. Basically, anyone richer than you are. Oil barons, royalty, oligarchs, all people you might cross paths with aboard a yacht or on a private resort. Children are also a coin flip. Sometimes you can push one over, have a good laugh with your friends, and nothing comes of it. Other times, some asshole secretly records a viral video and there are international boycotts of your family's company. Do not risk the income stream. You are a reflection of your family, and anything you do can come back to bite them. Above all, stay out of family drama. Emotions can cause people to act irrationally, like writing you out of the will when you've totally done nothing to deserve it. Your sister has a bunch of human heads in her freezer? Maybe it was self-defense. Your mom is having an affair with the pool guy? That ain't your problem. Your dad has a bunch of not-so-old photos of him with foreign dictators? It was probably above board. There are going to be squabbles. There are going to be times where you feel like lashing out. If you drown your anger in drugs or booze, the money will always be there the next day. If you drown your anger by divulging secret personal details, you become a target. If you do find yourself at the center of family drama, you best be prepared to take out your parents before they can rewrite the will, which sounds like a lot of work. I'm not saying you couldn't do it, it just isn't worth the effort. So anyway, that's how you get rich quick. Subscribe for more totally true and totally awesome tips and tricks. Catch you on the flip side.